The following production is rated S for satire. We are not professionals, nor are we clinically depressed. We do, however, suffer from long bouts of indecision and stagnation. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome
Welcome
to the
Take That Depression, the Project CC arc
episode
podcast
number
38.
There it is. I'm Spencer, and this is Kyler.
Hello.
Kyler, how you doing today?
I'm doing really, really good. Hopefully we're getting the boys together to play some Magic tonight. We're still recording on the same day as the last episode, so we're both feeling pretty under the weather. I feel like we've both perked up quite a bit since then.
Yeah, I got the first episode out of the way. Now energy drinks hitting, so we're doing the thing.
Yeah. How are you doing today, Spencer?
I'm doing better. I
Good.
woke up pretty much as soon as I woke up. I came over here, and I was real groggy on the way here. But like you said, things are flowing, juices are flowing, creativity's flowing.
Yeah.
And we're here to make a podcast.
Yep, we're gonna do the dang thing. This week's episode is gonna be a little weird. We don't have any sands or stones. We're not learning anything, but we did want to take a second and we got two big questions today. The first one is, what are your favorite animes for both of us? We'd love to also hear from you guys if you want to comment that below. And then, what's your experience with story writing? Those are two big questions we're going to cover. And then, like I usually say, we're going to get out of your hair. But yeah.
Do you watch a lot of anime, Kyler?
I don't. I want to watch way more than I actually do. So I'm not going to be the best answerer of this question, but I do have a few that I do like.
And boy, do I have some recommendations for you.
Do you watch a lot of anime, Spencer?
I slowed down a little bit, but I've seen a fair number. I'm not going to call myself like an otaku or a weeb or anything. No. I am a little bit of a weeb, but I watch a fair amount of anime, I'd say.
I think that anybody who is halfway through the One Piece journey has to be an anime boy or a girl.
Yeah, that's...
Anime person.
Yeah, that's fair. It took some dedication, but we're getting there.
I got like 80 episodes in. I wanted to commit to that. I got like 80 episodes in, and then there's just like other stuff. I don't know if I've talked about it. I'm sure I have. I'm a huge YouTube boy. And you are not.
I wish I was.
I consume so much content on YouTube. I have so many different channels that I follow, and I like to watch their stuff like as soon as it comes out. If I don't, I feel like I'm behind and I need to catch up. So it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to watch the 80 episodes of One Piece. And then I opened my YouTube and I'm like, I'm so far behind, I'll never catch up. So I just did that, and then I fell off of One Piece. So I need to get my stuff straight where I can like watch some YouTube a night, some anime a night. Because I really want to watch so much more than I do. I've heard so many recommendations from you and our other friends, and they're on the backlog. I got them in my brain, but it's just like, when?
Yeah.
Between 2 kids and all my YouTube content and all the gaming with the boys that I want to do, it's just like, who's got the time?
That's where I'm at, and it's not even like specifically to anime. It's just like the only time I find myself watching stuff now is when I'm eating.
Yeah.
Make some food, go watch a show while I eat, 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
If I'm sick and like absolutely don't feel like doing anything, I'll binge on the couch a day, but that's not very often. So it takes a lot for me to want to just sit down and decide that's what I'm doing. I'm watching content.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. It's just, especially now, I think you and I have done a lot of content creation things. Mm-hmm. So we're just getting pushed in different directions and just being able to sit on a couch and consume.
I feel like that's such a luxury, and like you said too, as a family man especially, a luxury to just like turn your brain off and watch something.
But I think we kind of go alternating. I'm sure I'll end way before you do. So if you want to take it away first.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to do like 3? You want to do 5?
Well, I think you say your first, and then I'll say my first, and then you say your second. I think I only have 3 that I want to mention.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe you just do your top 3.
That's a hard one.
Maybe you do your top 12.
I'm gonna go right off the gate then.
Yep.
My first top favorite.
Yep.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I wanted to watch the live action for that.
It wasn't. I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who like the anime were like, bah, 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 but like, I'm pretty easygoing. It doesn't take a lot for me to be like, I see what they were doing, whatever. My main disappointment with that is if you're gonna start something and not finish it. That was disappointing. But Cowboy Bebop's up there because one, it's just a good anime.
Yeah.
It's classic. It's got just a great soundtrack. It's got that high octane, really good story.
Mhm.
It was actually the first anime that I liked. Like
Okay.
I've heard of like Dragon Ball Z before
Yeah.
that and everything. This is gonna be a hot take. Don't get your feathers all ruffled
Pitchforks
here.
are coming, dude.
But I don't care for Dragon Ball Z. I think
Interesting.
I respect that it's a good anime. I
Yeah.
respect that it's one of the OGs. It would have been the founding fathers on the fucking statue or the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I just don't care for it. I'm sure if I went back now as a lover of anime,
Mhm.
I could like it, but I just remember like 40 minutes of 5 episodes of all right, well, I'm charging up.
Yeah.
And then, like, 8 episodes later, he's still, oh boy, he's still charging. I did watch a movie with my old roommate, Steve, if you remember.
Yeah. Shout out to Boozy B.
God, I love him. He's such a good dude. I watched a movie, a Dragon Ball Z movie with him one time, and that was really good, and I really enjoyed it. So I feel like if I went back, I could get into it, but...
Yeah, I have not watched all of Dragon Ball Z. I've tried several times to watch Dragon Ball Z. I think like the tournaments for Dragon Ball Z are where like my love for the show would lie.
Yeah.
When they're just like they're doing whatever fighting tournaments and they're doing the thing. I think that those would really be the draw for me. But just like the existence and the bits of them just living didn't hook me. Stuff like so. Yeah, I'm sure it's almost like a One Piece where like at the end you can reflect on how good the journey was, but like maybe during there's the high points and there's the low points and there's the high points and there's the low points. But I've watched my fair share of Dragon Ball Z. I've not finished it, but again, I wouldn't call myself a Dragon Ball Z fan. So I think I'm in your boat. I don't love it, but I would watch it if it was on. And yeah, I would like to watch it.
But respect it.
Yeah, I would watch it someday. Definitely respect it. My first and I think this one's like everybody's starter anime. I hear that whenever I say it, people are like, it's like, sure, dude, but Sword Art Online.
That's a good anime. Yeah. I don't want to hear any gripe from anyone.
Yeah.
Even if it's a starter anime,
Yeah.
it's a good anime.
Yeah, I think that is my favorite anime that I've seen. That one just like the concept hooked me. I'm a gamer. Like VR is a very fun concept, especially that like super duper VR that they have going on, and then you have getting like trapped in the game and all that stuff. Like that's a very and just the story and the growth and I get the call to adventure and then the refusal and then the journey that he goes on.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good I really enjoyed it. I had a really, really good time with it. And I would recommend that to anybody starting.
Are you caught up with all of it? Have you seen? Yeah, same.
Excuse me. I don't know if it's the first 1 or 2 seasons. That's the game one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fairy one.
Mm-hmm.
I also really liked the fairy one. The fairy one, I saw it and I like read the thing and I like watched the first couple episodes and I'm like, wow. And then I got into it and it was very good. I didn't watch the sniper one, the gun one.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah. It was Gun World or Gun Guy Online or something like that.
Yeah, I did not watch that one at all. And I think there's another new one after that one.
Yeah. They're coming out with a game.
Yeah, Our friend's been telling me about that.
And I am also very excited about
Yeah,
that.
that looks
I know
like
we said no
yeah.
new games 2026, but
Yeah.
that's
Maybe.
probably going to be a new
Maybe
game.
new game. All right, back to you.
It's so hard on the spot because it's like you could think of so many like
Yeah.
different like animes and I love them all. So it's hard to like pin down favorites for me.
Yeah.
This one might sound familiar to you. Well, let me know if it registers in your head at all. But Kami Kill.
Yeah. I have the access to watch that.
I've been trying to get him to watch this for so long, and that's the response every time. Yeah, I looked up how to watch it. It turns out I have the ability to watch it.
Yeah, I can watch it when I find the time between all my other commitments. I have the ability to watch it. It sounds, from the things that you've said about it, it sounds
It
interesting.
checks all my boxes. It's a shorter one series anime.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
I don't know who has time for One Piece.
Yeah.
It's got government corruption.
Oh.
Check that box.
Gotta love it.
Got cool powers and treasures and things. Love that.
Yep.
And then just cool fight scenes and kind of vibrant, unique characters.
Yeah. I think that is definitely on my list, my short list of animes that I would like to watch kind of once things fall into place and I have a little bit more time. But yeah, there's nothing about that sounds like something I wouldn't like, so definitely excited to check it out. My next anime, this one might sound familiar to you and everybody listening. My Hero Academia.
Yes, I've been waiting for that.
The idea behind the show, everybody's got quirk, not everybody, but a portion of the population has quirks, and your quirk can be anything from like ice, sweat, jelly beans, cool, to like I can cover my whole body in fire, or I can shoot fire and ice out of my body.
Yeah.
Like the delta in quirks is so fun. And the story, I think it's a very compelling. The main character, Deku, his story, his adventure that he has to go on from figuring out his quirk to being able to use it. Just like what a fun thing. Like there's almost the opposite of a One Punch Man, where he just like rolls out and he's like, "You're dead. You're dead.
Yep.
You're dead." And my hero is like, how do I even exist with this power and not hurt myself?
Yeah.
So that's a very cool concept. On top of the cool concept of it, just like the quirk. Like one day we woke up and 60% of the population had powers. Very cool. I love it.
I like kind of that school pitch, I guess. Like, you see it in My Hero, Harry Potter, like things like that, where it's like you have these abilities, you have these powers, and you're growing up trying to learn how to control it. It's not just you wake up one day and you're Batman or Superman or something. It's like there's foundations, and it's before you can do this thing, you need to learn how to control it.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you also have the drama or story of growing up in high school, college, whatever, and like trying to figure everything out on the side, as well as these crazy, scary powers.
Yeah. Yeah, I could not imagine like pubescent children with some of the powers that those kids had. Like, I'm gonna throw a tantrum, but also level a city block.
Because I didn't get my juice.
Like, that's just crazy to me. But My Hero, I would highly recommend that one too. I'm not all the way done with it. That's when my wife and I were watching together, and then she kind of fell off, started doing other stuff. So I needed to talk to her and be like, hey, can I watch this on my own time? Your third and final.
Third and final is so hard.
Yeah.
I have some more modern ones in head that people don't know. I haven't finished them. So I'm gonna go with a classic that I have finished. Or at least classic compared to us. Definitely been out a few years. I'm gonna go with Death Note.
Yes, Death Note is so good.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That would definitely have been on my list when I thought about it.
At first, when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be just like a cheesy whatever anime, blah 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 blah." And then having watched it, I was just hooked every second of the way.
Yeah.
The thinking that went into it, and like I love a
The
good
drama,
mystery.
yeah.
The the one downside about that, and it's kind of funny that that's still my favorite, even though the first time I seen it, it was on Adult Swim. I woke up in the middle of the night, and it was actually the very last episode.
Oh no!
So I knew
Yeah.
exactly how it ended,
Yep.
and then had to work my way back. So
Yeah.
watching the series, I had to like have that in the back of my head.
Yeah.
But even still, it was written so good. It's turned into one of those stories where it shows like, bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
And so it kind of unfolds to that. And like I said, even knowing how it ended, getting to watch the build up and all the
Yeah.
things in between and connect the dots, it was just L's such a cool
Yeah.
character too.
Yeah, the dichotomy between like the police guy and the main guy is so fun. The like cat and mouse game they have going on, very fun. The demon guy, the death guy, Ryuk,
Yeah.
something, whatever his name is. Like, what a cool character. I love The Book Thief is a book about World War II told from the perspective of death.
Really?
Yeah, very cool.
Interesting.
I love those, like the characters that have just like experienced everything. Um, so anything that happens is just a Tuesday for them. They've been around since the beginning of time, so like nothing can surprise them. I'll be here long after you're dead. Nothing you do matters. Um, like those kinds of characters, and Ryuk, I think does that really. I think that's his name. Don't flame me in the comments if it's not. And that's such a cool character that you get to explore and have like beyond the shoulder of like him just talking and being like, "Meh,
Yeah.
whatever, man."
And it's so fun that he is kind of like he's a main character as in he's a main part of the story, but I also feel like he's very like background.
Yeah, supporting.
He's there to like see how the story plays out.
Yeah, yeah. I really like. Again, that would have made my list if I remembered it.
I got one thing about that too is I got Natalie to watch it. She watched the whole series on her own and she
Nice.
loved it too.
Yeah.
So I was like,
It's so
if I
good.
can keep throwing her like good animes to watch, we can get her yet.
One Piece. My final one. I'm kind of biased here. My final anime that I really, really enjoy is Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can we just take a second here and talk about how phenomenal
Yeah.
that is?
It's again the unique there's been so many animes done about dungeon delving.
Mm-hmm.
So to have the unique spin on it that like they're going through the dungeon, killing these things, finding out what's edible, and then cooking it and things like that, finding things on like in the cave that are just edible vegetation that's growing. Like, so what a fun, unique idea. And then Damien being the voice of the main character, Damien from Smosh, one of the YouTube channels that I binge all the time. Having him be the main character's voice was also like all right, well, I guess I got to watch this, and I did, and I'm very grateful that that was the kind of push that got me over the ledge, because what a great show.
You and I have talked in length about liking specific things but adding our own spins and twists.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is that.
Yeah.
That is what we were talking about. It
Yeah.
took a adventuring in a dungeon story and gave its own unique spin.
Yeah. And I think that was not whatever. There's a lot of what we have going on now with Project CC that we have to tip our hat to Delicious in Dungeon.
I was going to say the same thing. I'd
Like,
be lying if I didn't say there's some inspiration there.
Yeah, there's so much. Like seeing that again. If you would have told me like I want to do a dungeon delving story, I'd be like, it's been done. Like whatever you want to say, it's been done. So to have Delicious in Dungeon show up and then be a dungeon story and it be so unique.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, buddy, let's run with it. What's
see,
our specific idea?
Let's see what we can do here.
And yeah, so that was for me again. If you would have told me, I want to do a dungeon building thing, it's like, all right, along with the other hundreds of ones that exist. But I think we have a unique spin on it, and I think again we got a lot of. We have to thank Delicious and Dungeon for kind of showing us that that's not an overused, oversaturated thing if you care and do it right.
I got one more.
Take it away.
I was thinking about the honorable mentions and the hat tipping.
Yeah.
And this one might sound a little familiar to you. And anybody who's listening, I recommend this. I could not recommend this enough. Made in Abyss.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't know why that wasn't like number 2 on my list. I don't like being on the spot, but oh my gosh.
Yeah. My wife, that's one of her favorite animes, if not her favorite anime. And she's tried to get me to watch it a couple times, and we get some episodes in, and then something else just grabs our attention. That is one that I really want to go back to and explore, because of the things that you've talked about, specifically in like conjunction Project CC, and the ideas kind of to spin off of for Project CC. I really want to delve that and experience what we're talking about.
For those of you out there listening, if you made it this far, again, thank you.
Yeah.
This is more. This is a dark anime. If you look it up online, you're like, "Oh, that's super cute and childish," and it is. It's not that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Is it's not that.
And that, like, my wife is very much that kind of a person. They like cutesy whatever stuff. So like seeing the splash art for it and the thumbnails and the things, I'm like, great.
Yeah.
And then it's like 2 or 3 episodes in, there's a thing, whatever, that's like, oh, that's not the story we're telling.
Yeah.
We're telling something very different. If you look at the splash, you look at images, you're going to get a certain concept of what it might be in your head. Wrong.
This fall, they're coming out with a movie. It's releasing in Japan.
Nice.
And I'm very excited about that, to get the ball rolling and keep going. So much so that I've actually thought about buying the manga.
Interesting.
I'm reading ahead to.
Yeah, I need to get back to it. I started doing Berserk a while ago, and I want to get back into Berserk. I got the deluxe where it's got like whatever 3 books in it. Whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, definitely a great. What I've seen of it, a great anime. And yeah, thank you for calling that one out. I guess then on to our second question.
Yeah.
Do you have any experience writing stories?
I have absolute 0 experience writing stories. I think there's I don't know if I'm making it up now that you're asking me, because I do that sometimes, but I have a brief little flashback of maybe in like 5th grade where I had to write a short story, but I would not call that a story, especially if it came from my hands. So straightforward answer, no, I have no experience writing a story.
Fair enough.
Do you?
I do. My brother and I...
You got an author here.
Yeah. My brother and I are really, really big in, like, you and I, we're big ideas guys. When you set us down and you give us a kind of distance and direction, or even a direction, we'll make up the distance if we need to. We just, like, go. We bounce ideas off of each other. I think he and I work really, really well. And I think you are second only to him in that regard of like people that I would like to do a creative project with, where I can just like sit down and bounce and go and talk and yes and how about this and that but this.
What a dream to have your own flesh and blood too, to like be bouncing that off of.
And I think that's why he and I work kind of better together, as our brains are kind of wired the same. So any idea that I have or any idea that he has, the other one was like just one step away from getting there, or has the extra step to add to it to make it something that's really, really fun. But he and I have worked on a couple different projects together that are in various stages of development and will probably be there until the end of time. We did start a D&D campaign that we were running for a while. Um, we created a world for that we really, really enjoyed. Um, we did do a little bit of a board game development that we needed to write some story for, and that was a fun thing. And we've also gotten just other bits and bobs of just like straight up just in the ideas phase. Like, wouldn't it be cool if whatever? And then I have on by myself done 2 or 3 D&D campaigns that reached various levels of completion. So I do have some experience writing stories. I did a lot of poetry in high school too. That was a lot of fun for that time. I don't know that I could continue to do any of that, but that was fun. And that's not really story writing. That's just kind of writing. Um, but yeah, I have done my fair share of story writing. I know the pitfalls because I fall into them constantly. I know my A really well, and I know my Z really well, but the B through Y are absolutely decimated. There's nothing going on there. Everything sucks. Life is a lie. Nothing matters. Um, I fall into that constantly, and I think that I've been kind of the driving factor of like, okay, let's bring it back in.
Yep.
Let's figure out what the direction is, what the distance is, and then we can figure out what the boss fight of that level needs to
Big
look like.
dreamers, you and I.
No, yeah, I have a decent amount of experience. I would not say I'm a great story writer, but I've done it a bunch of times, and I really enjoy doing it, especially with a project that I really care about. Project CC is specifically one of them. I think that could be. I think that this could be a really, really fun thing. Again, if we put the care and passion that we have into it, it's no doubt in my mind that it could be a thing.
I'm very excited for it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to DM. I
Yeah.
feel like I thought about it when I was younger, and it's just like back when I was felt creative. I had so many ideas.
Yeah.
The problem there is you need friends for D&D.
Yeah.
It's especially as an adult now, you
Yeah.
know how hard that is to get people together.
Like wrangling cats. Yeah, and that my kind of counterintuitive. My favorite edition for D&D is 4th edition, and that's like the least story forward one. But that's I've written so probably 3 or 4 kind of campaigns, different lengths for 4th edition, and that's a great place to start storytelling. Nothing's set in stone. You can kind of change things on the fly if it's not going the way you want it to.
What I really enjoy about that is the adaptability when you're doing a homebrew. It's you make this story and you say, okay, go in creative mode. Here's this world. What do you do? And then you can kind of go from there. That's something let me take a step back. That's something we've talked about. Even doing with Project CC is kind of building enough of it to where we get to certain parts and then test it. Be like, all right, you guys are in this scene, this is happening. How would you play this out? Go. And then we can kind of take our notes and kind of go from there and be like, that's an interesting thing I didn't see happening.
The putting a trap in front of players and seeing how they would interact with it is very eye-opening. Like, you would think, like, someone must be smart enough to do this thing. So I'm going to lay it out this way, and they're going to interact this way, and then you put it in front of players, and they don't even care about the things you said they're trying to do.
They just push their teammate into the trap and be like, all right, problem solved.
It's like crowdsourcing stuff like that is, I think, very powerful to see how normal people would interact. If they don't know what the start point is and what the end point is, and kind of some of the middle bits, it's like, oh, this is a very clear, this mark on the floor is a very clear indication that somebody needs to be standing here when blah, blah, blah. And then you explain that to the players, and they're like, that's the one place in the room you can't stand. Nobody stand on it. And it's like, buddies.
I'm sure I'm guilty of that too.
But yeah, like so crowdsourcing those solutions, and then you put those marks on all of the floor and not on the one spot or whatever, and then you retry it with a different set of people, and they're like, "Oh, we should probably be standing. Everybody needs to be there, and then this will happen or whatever."
Mhm.
And like combats or pathways, things like that, crowdsourcing all those things to see how people who don't know the story would react, don't know the end points of the story, would react to a certain thing. That I think that's very valuable to make things believable.
It's very interesting too.
Yeah. But I think that's our episode.
Yeah, I
Have
feel
you
good
got
about
anything
it.
else to? All right, I want to say thank you. I'm sure you do too.
Always.
Yeah. We love you. If you've made it this far, we love you very much. Do all the algorithmy things. Leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. What are your favorite animes? What is your experience with story writing? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Take that depressionpod@gmail.com. You can send us an email or comment anywhere you can comment, like anywhere you can like. But as we always love to say, stay safe out there.
And don't get mugged.
If you are struggling, please, please, please reach out to someone or dial 988 to get connected with someone at the National Suicide Hotline. You do not have to go it alone.